All right. I've been going live a lot recently and looks like I'm live on Facebook. Okay, I'm so sorry to all the people that have been waiting for me. I'm 6 minutes late, but we had some technical difficulties. Um, so let me do this real quick because we are going to start to do this new series that we are going to call ROI Live in 5. And we are going to start giving you guys um, something that will 3 times at least your ROI if you actually put it into place within just in 5 minutes. So it's going to be real speedy and real fun. But today, my class, in fact, I'm just
If you
gonna,
actually put
ooh,
it
there,
into
now I can hear
place
myself. I don't want to do
within
that.
just in 5 minutes.
Hold.
So it's gonna be
So I'm gonna put into my Facebook a link to this if you want to come on today. However, most of us are going to be just live on Facebook, and I actually, you know what? Let's just do that. We're gonna do it this way, and then if you have questions, you're gonna call me, and it's here live so that you can come and ask these questions. So. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to share my screen. And this is a really quick thing. So we've got a lot of people asking us like, hey, when things slow down for me in the holidays, especially in real estate, right? What do I have my admin do? And I mean, my response is I have a million things they can do, right? Like they can clean up your systems, they can clean up your processes, they can audit all of that, they can audit your systems. But if we really want to have an ROI on somebody's time, we need to be very smart about what we're going to do with them, right? And so this is a very easy, very simple way to get an ROI on their time during this time and to help your database get better. So now here's the deal. You have to have a CRM that has the capability to do this. Today, I am going to show you Brivity, but many of the CRMs that we build out for people have this capability. My real estate team uses Brivity, and so that's why it's going to be easy to use that. But like if you're in KW, you've got Command, and if you're with the XP and stuff, we've got Conversion, and we've got, I mean, Compasses. Like there's a million different systems out there right now, and we build all of them with people through our consulting, just so you know. So we'd love to talk to you about that. If you want some custom building with your ops team, $1,000 a month, we can help you. We give you all the tools to do everything but to do it fast. It is like, plug and play systems. But for today, we want to make sure that we give you massive value here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop talking about what we can do for you. You can reach out to me about that. Feel free to DM me or you can email us, and I'll stick our email on this after I'm done. But I'm going to show you Brivity. I'm going to show you a very simple way to build this out. And then we got to put a plan around this too, right? And so again, these are, operations people sitting around. By the way, if you're a small business, a lot of small businesses do slow down for the holidays, right? And so that's why I said anybody could come to this. If you're using a CRM that has this capability, if you're not, by the way, I think you should get a new one. We're happy to help you with that. But if you have a CRM that you're using that has this capability, this is what they should do if you have downtime. It is so worth it. And I'm going to use my father-in-law actually in Brevity, and then my husband, which I was having problems with earlier for some reason because he's archived. But I'll add a new person in if I really have to. But you'll see I took out personal information because while I'm live, if I'm sharing personal information on here, most likely I'll get shut down. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to share my screen. If you have questions, by the way, I will pull this up. So I am live and we will absolutely answer those things. So let me get that going so that you guys can ask questions while I'm doing this. Okay. PS, if you're already doing this and you've already done it through all of your database, awesome. Good for you. And you're ahead of the game. And sorry, I wasted some of your time. But I'm going to guarantee that most of you have not taken the time to do this. Okay. This is Brevity. definitely one of my favorite systems for teams. It just makes life really easy. I think it's a really great system. You are going to see here that I'm on, we're going to call him Steve Soprani Sr. But, for purposes, my husband as well. But there's two of them. In Brivity, what I love is they have this little section here for social media. And again, I'm going to say most people have not taken the time to fill this out. If you have, you're ahead of the game. But what I want you to consider is having some of this information in here is really key to being like, oh, look, they just had a son that graduated. I can reach out and say, congratulations, saw your son graduated, right? It's an easy way to start to communicate with people either via text, email, or the phone. You can pick up the phone and call people these days. I love that. But also through social media. And if the links are here, you guys, for people to click, that's huge. So again, if you've got an ops person that's kind of not as busy right now, guess where they start? A's, right? So they go to last name A and they go through each person. They, of course, are going to need to have your login for your social media. Here's what I'm going to tell you. I believe Facebook, I, I mean, you can do X/Twitter if you want. LinkedIn and Instagram are probably the three that I feel like matter. Barely anybody that's not, trying to be an influencer or has a business. Like a lot of people don't have a TikTok that they're posting on regularly. Pinterest, I mean, that doesn't matter to me. YouTube, if they have a YouTube channel, awesome, but most don't, right? So we're really dealing with Facebook and Instagram, really. But I think really amazing things happen in LinkedIn, just so we're on the same page. Job changes, right? And things that they're really excited about in their work are happening there, like anniversaries. And so if you have the ability to stop what you're doing and do that, I really think that's important. Now, for today, I am going to use, like I said, my husband. Here I am on mine. But I'm going to go into Steve's, right? And real easy, I'm going to go ahead and hit copy. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to paste, right? And then I'm going to go to his LinkedIn. I'm not going to do Instagram because why? It's fine. Okay, we're going to go grab my husband here. And again, I'm going to copy and paste, and I'm going to paste in here. So once I have that, right, I can move on to the next one if I want, right? So one of the projects could be that they're in there for the agents, just adding some of these things so that agents can very easily do that and go to Steve's profile and be like, oh, look, Kayla just posted about him, or, oh, look, he was with Mike Monge or whatever, right? And you could very easily go, hey, saw you were with Mike. So awesome, right? Very easy lead gen if we're doing some of this, okay? So now, if we do that though, I want you to take it to the next level. And that's what this, like, where the ROI is going to come from. The admin sits down, inputs all of these things, then they're going to go to Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn. I'm fine with that. And really quickly, because they're signed in as you, they're going to say, hey, I was thinking about you today. Just wanted to say hi. Hope you're well. Hope you have great holidays. Do you have any plans? Right? You can ask a question that then gets a response, right? Or you could just say, hope you're well, was thinking about you today. Because yes, we are. We're putting their information in here. You are thinking about them. So it's okay to reach out and say hi. So if you've got an admin that can do that, they can start that conversation. You can pick it up afterwards. Totally fine. But they can at least say that, right? If you don't want to do that, that's fine. Here is what you need to do next, right? Again, this project, I would, by the way, at the end of every day when they're a little bit slow, I would say, that they just report back to the agents. Hey, I was able to go into your social. I went in and I input for social media 5 people today, 10 people today, 50 people today. Got through all the A's. I'm working on the B's, right? I would like for them to at least tell you what you're doing so that you can inspect what you expect. But then apart from that, right? Then once all of that's done, here's what we're going to do. Now, again, this is Brivity. So, if you're in a different system, we got to go create a drip, an auto campaign, a action plan, whatever your CRM, is calling it, right? But for the purposes of today, we're in the auto plans. Um, in Brivity, we've got people plans or transaction plans, right? The truth is we're not going to do a transaction with these. It's all in people, which means leads for me. So In other systems, we've got lead plans, right? And transaction plans. They call it different things, but we're going to go into the lead plans. And you can do triggers if you want so that you are starting to trigger people, but I would not do that. I mean, you can again, like if we want to trigger it, but your admin's going through all these people one at a time. So, wouldn't it be great if you had a plan that is, social media plan? Now, you can call it your social media plan. In my perfect world, you're going to say this is, end of 2025, right? And you're going to note that, or you could call it quarterly touch if you don't have one already. That's probably what I would call it, right? But whatever the case, you're going to do this, right? And then for me, it's one touch a quarter through the social media now, right? I believe that that's really important. Now, you can still text people, obviously, you should be. And you should be calling people regularly. You should be inviting them to your events and all those things. But this is your social media plan. So now anybody who's in my sphere, I can add a social media plan. And by the way, that in this world would be a task because it's going to your social media. So social media touch. Okay. And you've got zero auto plan, um, 0 days or 0 seconds from start. A lot of people start with days, just so you understand. And then you're going to I always put primary agent. So whoever the agent is should be doing this. Remember, the ops person's going to do it the first time. The agent then will do it from that point forward. Okay. I believe this is a very high priority to try to get more business. However, I'm happy for you to say it's not. Instructions. I love Brivity because you can have notes and instructions and all those things. A lot of the systems do that now. Again, we can help you build that out if you need to. Click on socials and say hi. P.S. This could be a message behind the scenes in Facebook or in LinkedIn, or it could just be chatting on their thing. You could go back and forth between that too, right? Frequency. Now, this is the great thing about, about Brivity is you could actually just do this and say, hey, I want to do this monthly, actually, right? Now, I'm telling you do it quarterly because I just think it's really important once a quarter to be doing something on social with them or whatever. Feel free to do whatever you want there. I'm going to say never because I'm going to bounce off of it, okay? And a lot of systems can bounce off of it here. So then I'm going to create my second quarterly social media touch. Okay. Now I can do 90 days, 60, whatever you want. Okay. And then I'm going to bounce off of this last one. Right. And I can say what time it's going to come in. I always do like mornings. I'm going to do primary agent. Again, I believe this is important. Second, oh my God. Second touch. Great. Okay. So on. Okay. So now I've got this social media plan 2025. By the way, I would do this every year, right? But now I can go back in to here, right? And then again, now would I have 4 touches? Yes, but I'm going to go ahead and add, and you can see I have old quarterly calls and things on here too, right? You could have, a few different things, but I'm going to go ahead and find my 2025 social media plan and I'm going to apply that, right? Which means then I'm going to have my task come up as I refresh. And I'm going to have a task that comes in that says, hey, Lindsay, you need a social media touch, right? And then because my ops person did this for me, because they're amazing, I can now come in here very easily because they sat down and did all this for me. And I can come through and go, what could I do with Steve? Okay, he did that. And I can pop up my messenger. I can message him really quickly and I can say, hey, or I can comment on something. So listen, so I said there was a 5 times return on this. Why did I say there was a 5 times return on this? Because we've had quarterly calls and when people actually do it, you wouldn't believe the amount of business they get. So Deneen, who, bless her, she's amazing, is in my real estate team. She's my partner. And she's really the lead agent. You wouldn't believe her sphere because of just doing her quarterly check-ins. Now she's really strategic. She switches it on and off. But imagine if my ops team stopped what they were doing, went in and did this for all of our people, right? And then Deneen could strategically get the task, click, go check things out. Hey, oh my God, I can't believe your son is that old and is graduating. Congratulations. Made me think of you, just wanted to reach out. That's a far better communication to somebody than not, right? And if we take it that step further and the ops person does the first touch, like I said, whatever you decide it is, I'm fine with that. I don't care. First touch, marks off the task for you, has all the social in there, goes to the next person, does the first touch. Imagine how many people are going to be talking to you. And then you get the opportunity to say, when they say, how are you? You get to say, I'm doing great. If you know of anybody that's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, please send them my way. I'll take great care of them and I'll take great care of you, right? So 5-time return because you guys aren't doing this strategically, and anything that you do strategically over and over again, I'm just asking for 4 of them a year. But if you do it over and over again, you will see at least a 5 times return. We've seen it with multiple people that when we've done this, it's a great time to do that now. It's slowing down. Get your ops team to take 2 letters of the alphabet. If you've got a big ops team, that would be awesome. They could do 10 a day. Start working through it. You can work through it too. Start putting those in there and off and running you go. By the way, if for some reason you are not, I'll just say this, if you don't have a CRM that you're working, put them in a spreadsheet and link to Facebook, LinkedIn, and things. Same thing. You can link right to it. It's the exact same thing that I just did. So don't be afraid to have your sphere somewhere in a spreadsheet or something where you're able to do that quickly. Hope this helps and let me know what it looks like. I'll bet you guys generate a ton of business just by saying hi to people.